All right, this is another video for Geometry Unit 8. This one is 8.2, Pythagorean Theorem Notes. This is a skill that you should have done back in middle school, and so it's going to be a quick video and you being able to use the Pythagorean Theorem throughout. So in this lesson, the Pythagorean Theorem is going to come up and we're going to find the missing sides to a right triangle. So we're only looking at sides, nothing to do angles here. So some vocabulary. The hypotenuse, which is referred to as letter C, is the opposite side of the right triangle. And the legs, which are referred to as A and B, those are the sides that form the right triangle. So to fill in our diagram, the hypotenuse is always the biggest number. It's the side across from the right angle. So here's the right angle. This is what I'm talking about, to look across from it. So here's the right angle, look across from it. There's C. The other two are referred to as the legs. That's A and B. Okay, they make up the triangle. The theorem is if A and B legs of the right triangle have to add to equal the hypotenuse squared. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It's the most elegant formula for geometry, and it can be proven in a large amount of ways that you can find on the internet if you so choose to research it. So we're looking at this. Once again, answers cannot be in decimal form. You want to find the lengths of the missing sides of each problem. You're going to write your answer in the simplest square root form, no decimals. So when we're looking at this, always find the hypotenuse side first. There's the 12. So we have x squared plus 8 squared equals the 12 squared. Doesn't matter which one's A and B. It does matter which one is C. So then solve the equation, square it, so that chart comes into play again to help us. Makes it quicker. Minus the 64 over. So x squared is by itself, we get 80. And break up the root, 16 and 5. So we get 4 root 5 for the missing side. Okay. Next one. Same thing. Look at it. Here's the right angle. There's the hypotenuse. So we have x squared plus 7 squared is equal to 7 root 2 squared. Notice I put parentheses around it because you're going to square both. X squared plus 49. This side, write it out twice if you need to. This goes back to the first unit, numbers with numbers. So that's 49. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4, which becomes 2 times 49, which ends up being 98. Okay? This side stays the same as the x squared plus 49. Minus the 49 over. X squared is now equal to 49. And we should all know that 7 times 7 is 49. Next one. So we have across from the right angle is x this time. So we have 5 squared plus 5 root 3, put in parentheses, squared is equal to the hypotenuse, which is x squared. 25 plus, when I write this out twice, 5 root 3 times 5 root 3, I'm going to get 25 times root 9, which is 3, and 3/4 make 75 cents. We get 25 plus 75, which is 100, equals to x squared. Root it, and we get 10 for our answer of x. Across from the right angle is x. X squared is equal to 9 squared plus 3 squared. Notice, it doesn't matter which side the hypotenuse is on, it is on the side by itself. So in this case, instead of doing AB equals to C squared, we're going to do it this way, which notice you're not going to get anything different. Square it, get 81, and get 9. End up getting 90 is equal to x squared. Root it. You can break up that root into root 9 and root 10. So you get 3 roots of 10 for that value of the hypotenuse. Okay. So next example, 17 is my hypotenuse. So we have x squared plus 15 squared is equal to 17 squared. With that being said, square your numbers. X squared plus 225 is equal to 289 minus the 225 over. X squared is equal to 64, and root it, so x equals 8. We'll also learn coming up, there's special right triangles. This one is 8, 15, 17 is a special right triangle. That it's always nice to have memorized. All right, 14 this time is across from the right angle. So we got 10 squared plus x squared is equal to 14 squared. 100 plus x squared is equal to 196 minus the 100 over. X squared is equal to 96, and now root it. Look at your chart. 16 divides in, giving you 6. So my final answer is 4 root 6. 4 left. At this point in time, you probably can pause it and try them on your own, and then come back and check your answers to see how you did. If not, and you need more examples, keep following along. Cross from the right angle. So we got 5 squared plus x squared is equal to my 5 root 2 squared. 25 plus x squared is equal to, if you haven't figured this out yet, this is going to be 25. And this squared is times 2, so this is 50. It's another way of doing it. Those of you that like working with numbers, use shortcuts. Okay, your brain is more active that way. So we minus it over, you get 25. So this works out beautifully to get 5. Next example, across from the right angle is 6. So we got 3 root 3 squared plus x squared is equal to 6 squared. Do this again. So 3 times 3 is 9, and root 3 times root 3 is 3, which is going to give you 9 times 3, which is 27. Plus x squared equals 36 squared. We have that memorized. Minus the 27 over to solve, x squared is equal to 9. And glorious. It comes out nicely to be 3. And to finish up, across from the right angle is 8. So we have 4 squared plus x squared is equal to 8 squared. 16 plus x squared is equal to 64 minus the 16 over. X squared is equal to 48. Root it. X is equal to, this breaks up into root 16 and root 3. So we get 4 root 3 for my final answer. And last but not least, across from the right angle is the 12 side, which is the hypotenuse. So we got x squared plus 6 root 3 squared equals 12 squared. I'm hoping these don't bother you. We'll do it the long way one more time for those of you that are struggling. So we got x squared. 6 times 6 is 36. Root 3 times root 3 is 9, which becomes 3. And multiply the 36 and the 3 to get 108. Okay. This side over here equals to 148. 44 minus the 108 over x squared is equal to 36 rooted x equals 6. Thanks again for watching another video. The next one will be up shortly.